with your aquarium, particularly as you start to introduce corals and so forth, your main concern are your macro elements, so your calcium, carbonate, magnesium and so forth, and they're very easy to test and very easy to control. So we'll commonly put them on dosing pumps and we can easily adjust it, easily test it and easily control it, and the results are pretty dramatic. Now on a trace scale, once you get everything right and your macros are perfect and your corals are growing and everything is awesome, we then start to look at trace. So your traces, your micronutrients and so forth. So these sorts of products, and there's many of these different products on the market, will absolutely make the difference to tweak your reef to make it spectacular when everything is perfect. Now, playing around with these things are an absolute waste of time if you don't have your macros right, if your tank's not running perfectly, if everything's not good, then fine-tuning this makes no difference because you need to get that right before the fine-tuning is useful. So you run your aquarium, get everything right, get all your corals growing, then you start looking at your micronutrients and your trace elements. But the problem there is that we put them in, we follow the instructions, and we hope that everything is okay. And the impact of the micros is really small. So over a long period of time, there may be a little difference, but it's really hard for us to actually monitor or test them in any way, shape or form. And that's where ICP tests come in. So recently in the aquarium industry, ICP tests are becoming very common, the laboratory grade ones. Now, these are not things that you need to be concerned about all the time, but they're definitely things to be aware of. So when you've got your tank humming, everything's great, you've got yourself a routine of your trace elements and micros, and you're in the flow of it, then it's good every few months to go and get an ICP test. And then when you get the ICP test back, it'll have a whole mass of information on there for you. And you can find out whether any of your traces are too high or too low, and then you can make decisions about it. So the plan would be then to get a combination of products that actually give you the result that you want. So using ICP tests are a really important and good way of fine-tuning your aquarium. Anyway, if you've got any comments or experience with ICP tests and using them to balance your micronutrients and trace elements, then make sure that you put a little note on the bottom of the video. Or if you just feel like being a internet warrior and just abusing us, do that too, because we find that very entertaining.